In this video, we will be targeting Zander diamonds in Norway. If this video helps you catch your diamond, please remember to give it a like and come back and leave a comment. Let me know you were successful. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Here is my latest catch green first fish at 2207. Here's a diamond. And another. And another. Here's another one. Last fish at 23:21. That's 1 hour 14 minutes. 4 diamonds. Let's take a quick look at the Zander. For the traits, they are aggressive. There will be no nibbling, so stay alert. They are jumpers. Keep your eyes open for a big one to jump. Target it if you see it. And they are night owls, so we will be using later hours to target them. For the bait and lure preferences, you want to stick with leeches to avoid other annoying fish that will cause you a lot of problems. And our only option for chum is hot dog. The maximum Zander caught in Norway is 26.45 pounds or 12 kilograms. However, they're not super strong fighters, so I am going with a 22-pound setup. You see here the Advocate spinning rod with the Ruttleflug spinning reel, 22-pound fluorocarbon, the Waggler bobber to move less in the current, size 1 gold hook with leeches. I have 2 of those for rod holders. And for in hand, we're going to use the same thing. You certainly don't have to match. However, size 4 hook, that is bronze with leeches. And then for bait feeding, all you need is a hand. Make sure that you have the maximum amount of hot dogs, both on hand and in your storage. You want to start at an evening server for optimum diamond conditions. Here is the location we're going to use. Special shout out to Aero, AERO, for recommending this location. You see, it's not far from the main base. Here it is. You're going to want to grab a Jeep, drive it across here, and park it nearby because you're going to want to access that storage. I'm going to show you that route because it's important. Storage is in the back, and you want to make sure you're maxed out on hot dogs, both in the backpack and in your storage. So you see I've parked it near this shelf. You see where my diamond marker is. We're going to fish from this shelf, but it's easy to hop up and get to the Jeep here, and you can make it float like me. Pretty impressive. All 4 wheels off the ground. Look at that. I levitated a Jeep. But let me show you the route. What you want to do is watch for the grass. So the grass area is the trick. This is a tough spot right here, but you can get through it. So you see that route from the road. Hang a right at the grass, bounce over those rocks, cut through here. It's a little tricky on these spots, but the Jeep will make it. Stick with the grass. You can come over here and bounce your way down. You could also go through this route, but as long as you follow the grass, you can get over in the general area as long as you get close enough to use it as a fast travel and a storage restock. The storage restock is what is most important. To catch Diamond Zander in Norway, start in an evening server. You want to fish from 6 p.m. until you run out of hot dog for chum, and then restart in a new evening server. For your gear, you want 2 float fishing rigs with size 1, that is the gold hook, with leeches for bait. Those will be in your rod holders. And then for your in hand, you want another float with size 4, that is a bronze hook, with again leeches for bait. And don't forget to stock up on hot dog for your chum. All right, I'm down on this ledge. You see my Jeep is right up there. This is the ledge that we want, not those ones around the corner, not anything back this way. But you can recognize that hard edge rock spot and where this juts out. And let me show you on the map here again. Just about midway on this, well, I guess towards the left on this point. We don't want to be over here. We want to be right here. So all we're going to do is grab one of our gold hook rigs. I like to drop them down just a little bit, but you don't need to do that. Totally optional. Put it in the rod holder. Watch for a snapback. And it looks like I got one. You see that line? And there it is right there. So we're going to pick that up and fix it. Let's see how it goes this time. Make sure it's out there. Put it in the rod holder. It looks like we're good this time. You can optionally hit Y and open the bail. Sometimes it'll stop that. Wow, that was quick. I wasn't expecting that. Didn't even put any chum, but there is often a diamond here, and that is going to be a diamond, it looks like. Didn't even have to chum. But that's not entirely unusual. I wouldn't expect one to get one before you even get the rod holders in, but that is the magic of this spot. Pretty decent one. And you see 24 pounder, he didn't even take me into the red with 22 pounds. Nice looking diamond there. I'll let that go back. And let me finish explaining what you want to do here. So let's just put this one back out. No snapback. Grab the other gold hook. We'll put this one over this way. And then grab your hot dog. Put it out by the marker, and then we're just going to use the in-hand. Farm out the silvers. And like you just saw, it's very common for that diamond to be there right after the 1800 spawn in. Pretty crazy how consistent it is. Not going to be a hot bite rate. Let's see where we're at on the clock. 1812 until after 1900, sometimes even an hour later than that. But you'll get the occasional smaller ones here, and then that diamond will just often pop right in like that. Sometimes golds. Pretty crazy we didn't even have to chum for that diamond. I have an earlier video before rod holders were in the game across the way. That spot works, but I definitely like this spot better. As you saw, it's pretty darn consistent on dropping a diamond or two or three or four every session. Another bronze. Now those rod holders, you can see the one on the right there, just above the circle, still in a pretty good spot. They will drift to the right towards the rocks. So about every 2 to 3 bait balls, pick them up, put them back out, make sure they haven't snapped. Make sure you can see that bobber in the water. You don't want to miss out on the diamonds. And you can see pretty consistent, even though we're before the time they should be hitting. We're still getting small ones. There's a silver. Because we only have hot dogs, you're going to want to use that full 30 seconds after that expires. I won't for the video, but make sure you wait about 30 seconds. Let that expire. They're still being attracted. You can see fish jumping out there. Unfortunately, the Atlantic salmon are attracted to it as well, so make sure you don't use minnows or you're going to be pulling lots and lots of those instead of the Zander. So I'll go ahead and pull that in. And again, make sure that you pick these up. The line's back there. Reset those. And watch and make sure that bobber stays out there in the water. That snapback is pretty annoying. Like I said, you can open the bail and it doesn't do it as much. And then just put your hot dogs back out. Then don't forget, once you run out, you got 9 throws, run up to that Jeep, grab the other 9, and when you've used all 18 throws, then just hop back to the base, restock, and restart again at 1800. You don't want to go back to fishing after you've fast traveled back. It changes the environment. Your chances of catching the diamonds are much less. So just restart at 1800 again, go through that cycle. You should catch plenty of diamonds. That's all there is to this one. Pretty easy one. You can farm dimes for a while. If you need the tokens, this is a great way to get diamond tokens. Stay with the video to watch all the diamonds I caught in the big fish montage. Happy fishing. Have a good one. Please click on the logo bottom left to subscribe to my channel. Check out my other content and don't forget to hit the like button on the video.